Hi guys, and welcome back. So, here today, we're not going to be doing anything super detailed or anything like that, but we're going to just go out into these woods, all out here. We're going to clear up some space, do some terraforming, put in a bunch of wheat fields. I mean, this is a farming village after all, and really start filling in all this space around here. We may end up putting in a windmill or two. We'll see what happens, but let's get right into it. I'll tear down some trees, make a few lines, and I'll get back to you here in just a second. And we're back. So, what we've got here is just a big cleared space. I haven't decided entirely on the shape. We may end up extending farther back into the horizon, but for now, this is sort of what we're going with. Almost a semicircle here with just that patch of steeper ground in the middle I left. We may dig back farther into this area, and I think we'll leave that hill alone. It's a little bit steep. But this has just cleared the trees away. We haven't done anything else. I'm thinking from up here we'll do a little bit of planning, and then I'll dive in and start building here. So, we're going to have probably one segment of the wheat field. I'm thinking using the same style of rocks and trees and stuff like that for the borders between them. We'll have one kind of in that area. Then we'll do another one here. You can see sort of where that edge of that hill is to there. We'll split another one right around there. Probably another one here, another one there, here, and then right there in the center. So what I'm going to go in and do is clean up the space a little bit, smooth out some of those steeper chunks or weird sections like the lava and the little lakes. We may leave one of those lakes and terraform it. We'll see what happens. Maybe this section over here could be just a pretty lake on the side. I'm going to go in, put a few just like red carpet lines kind of thing around, and we'll be back here in just a second to start filling things in. And we're back. So, what we've got here, we've done a bunch of terraforming, ended up turning a couple of those little natural lakes into one larger lake, which took a way too long. Probably shouldn't have done that without doing another segment there, but so we've done that. We've made all these different sections for different farms, which we're going to go into now, and we're going to fill them with all sorts of different crops. I'm thinking we'll probably spread out some wheat there, maybe some wheat here, wheat here, wheat here. We'll put some carrots in that one, maybe this one, some potatoes there, radishes. Who knows? We're going to fill them with all sorts of different crops. Make sure no one crop is sitting next to the same crop segment, just to make sure there's a nice pattern in the ground. And over here, I made a little waterfall going down, which I think will attach to a windmill. I think that'll look really nice. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to put in those crops, and I'll get back to you here in just a second. Alright, and we're back a little bit early here. I've been working on these fields, and they are taking way longer than I anticipated. Might break this into 2 episodes and make sure I can really dive into all of this, but this is 3 fields here that I've put together, at least the start of them. Just seeing what it looks like, and I think it looks pretty good. We've got 4 of these wheat fields spread out. I've labeled them, of course, and I've started working on these fields as well. We might even put a empty field. We'll see how things work out. But this is what we've got so far. It's coming together pretty nice, and as far as this episode's concerned, I think what we'll do is we'll go back in, we will fill in these 2 fields right here, and then we will sort of finish off with a tour from ground level, just walking around. Then in the next episode, it's getting up towards Christmas here, so I'll probably record a Christmas episode, ideally release on Christmas. We'll see what happens. And then what we'll do is in the following episode, after the Christmas episode, we'll try and finish off the fields like this, possibly even replace the red barrier stuff with the nice rocks, and then we'll do a third part 3 episode for the fields where we'll put in the windmill there and possibly some trails through. That's what I'm thinking for the plan, but I'll get back to you here in just a second with these next 2 fields finished like these ones. Alright, and we're back. So, we've gone in, we've filled in these 2 fields, and I think really at this angle you can see just how pretty this is going to be once these are all spread out across this whole area around. But, we're going to go take a quick tour here. We got some carrots over here, potatoes over here, and you can really see how the color contrast is going to start lining up once this has all been spread across the fields. Wheat, of course, over there, wheat here as well, and we got the beetroots along here, which I think the red really looks nice, especially it will once we don't have the red barriers. We do have a couple of minutes left here in this episode, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to decorate these red edges, at least for the parts that we have completed, kind of with this stone build like we had when we were doing the yard around the manor. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to do that, and I'll get back to you here in just a second. Alright, that did not take nearly as long as I was worried it would. We've got the walls. I mean, I'm going to be doing a little bit more detailing later on, but of course that's with everything. We're just going to come back and improve things as we learn and develop as builders. That's important. But, so we've done all the fields, of course, and we've done this cobblestone and mossy stone sort of knobby ring around all of them, sort of replacing all that red. You can kind of see it. You can see where all the water puddles are that's just holding this together. I'm thinking I'll put some slabs over those later on down the road, but for now we're going to leave the water just so we can remember how we did this for the next section we do. This video is dragging on a little bit as far as how long I've been working on it, so there will be a Christmas episode. It will probably be released several days after Christmas. We will have to see what happens. I'm hopeful. But we've got our field over here, a wheat field. I'm just going to drop in here and we can walk around it together. Sort of looking around, you can see the rocks piled up around it, fields always everywhere. We haven't put gates in this because we haven't decided where our pathways are going to be. But we've got all these fields, and they just keep on stretching forever. At least they will kind of feel like that once they're all done, because that was just walking from right there to right there, and these fields will stretch all the way out to there, pretty much as far as my render distance can go. And of course, we'll probably add a few more fields as this town expands later on. But thank you so much for joining me. If you liked today's video, do be sure to hit the thumbs up button. I do really appreciate it. And if you haven't done so already and you do enjoy my videos, please do subscribe. At least I'm trying to release videos fairly regularly. The last 2 months or so have been hectic, but you know what? I specifically said a few episodes back I wasn't going to be able to release on a very regular basis. So, we'll see what happens with episodes in the future, but should have a couple of other episodes interesting looking forward. We've got the episode where we finish out these fields like these ones. Not going to be a super long episode, just going to be putting these together. Maybe we'll put in some old statue or, I don't know, something just to make it more interesting. We'll do something with that little pond there, maybe in that episode, and then another episode where we put in the mill and maybe some pathways through all these, connecting them together, making it easy for access. But I really do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you in the next one.